You're getting ready for the IELTS speaking test, and we're going to dive into a mock test scenario to uncover some helpful strategies.
Okay.
It's amazing how much we can learn by just examining a conversation.
Yeah, even a practice one.
Even a practice one, yeah.
You can get a lot of insight.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
So to help you get ready for that, we're going to jump right in to a mock IELTS speaking test. So think of this as a live simulation of what you might encounter during the actual test.
Okay, sounds good.
I will be the examiner, and our expert will be the candidate.
I'm ready.
All right.
All right.
Welcome to the IELTS Speaking Mock Test Practice. Today, we have our expert with us. Thanks for joining us. Let's start with some questions about your work and future plans. What do you do for a living?
I work as a marketing coordinator for a tech company. My job involves creating and implementing marketing campaigns, managing social media, and analyzing data to understand customer preferences. It's a dynamic role that keeps me on my toes.
What are your future plans?
In the future, I hope to advance to a managerial position within marketing. I'd also like to continue my education, perhaps pursuing a master's degree in business administration. I believe that gaining more knowledge and experience will help me grow in my career and achieve my long-term goals.
Do you like working with numbers?
I do enjoy working with numbers to some extent, especially when it comes to analyzing data from marketing campaigns. It's fascinating to see how numbers can reveal trends and customer behaviors. However, I wouldn't say I'm a numbers person in the traditional sense. I prefer the creative aspects of my job. Yeah.
Now let's move on to part 2.
Okay.
You'll have 1 minute to prepare, and then you can speak for up to 2 minutes. Here's your prompt. Describe a time when you thought something was overpriced. You should say why you thought it was expensive, what the item or service was, and how you felt about the price.
Okay.
All right, go ahead with your answer.
A time when I thought something was overpriced was when I went to a music festival last summer. The ticket prices were already quite high, but what really surprised me was the cost of food and drinks inside the festival grounds. A small bottle of water was selling for $5, and a basic burger was $15. I thought these prices were outrageous because they were significantly higher than what you would pay outside of the festival. I understand that events like these have additional costs, but it felt like they were taking advantage of the captive audience. I felt frustrated and a little ripped off, to be honest. I ended up bringing my own snacks and refilling my water bottle at the free water stations to avoid spending a fortune on refreshments. It definitely put a damper on my overall experience.
Now let's discuss some related topics in part 3, focusing on pricing and value perception. Why are some products more expensive than others?
Several factors can contribute to price variations among products. Brand reputation plays a significant role. Well-established brands often command higher prices due to perceived quality and exclusivity. Production costs, including materials, labor, and research and development, also influence pricing. Additionally, market demand and supply dynamics impact the price consumers are willing to pay. For instance, limited edition items or those with high demand but limited supply often fetch premium prices.
Okay, that makes sense. Do you think that the price of a product is always a good indicator of its quality?
Not always. While price can sometimes correlate with quality, it's not a foolproof indicator. There are instances where products are overpriced despite offering average quality. And conversely, there are affordable options that deliver exceptional performance. Consumers need to be discerning and consider factors beyond price, such as reviews, independent ratings, and comparisons to make informed purchasing decisions.
Now, shifting gears a bit, why do some people prefer to pay for things in cash while others prefer to use credit cards?
Payment preferences vary widely based on individual financial habits and priorities. Some people prefer cash for its tangibility and the ability to track spending easily. It can also help with budgeting and avoiding overspending. On the other hand, credit cards offer convenience, security, and potential rewards, such as cashback or travel points. The choice often depends on personal comfort levels, spending patterns, and the specific transaction.
Interesting. Why do people sometimes pay for things by check?
Although less common in today's digital age, checks still serve specific purposes. Some businesses and individuals prefer checks for larger transactions as they provide a physical record and can be perceived as more secure. Additionally, checks offer a familiar and reliable payment method for those who may not be comfortable with or have access to electronic payment systems. Ultimately, the choice to pay by check depends on the context, personal preferences, and the recipient's acceptance of this payment method.
Well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive. Thanks for joining us. I hope you learned a lot from this mock IELTS speaking test. It's a great way to practice your skills and build confidence.
Absolutely. I think one of the best ways to get ready for the real test is to practice speaking in English as much as possible. The more comfortable you are speaking the language,